Hey everybody, Monica Villalobos here, and well, I live here in beautiful sunny Anaheim, California. I'm also a real estate agent here and I sell a lot of homes in my city. So I actually want to share with you 5 things that I absolutely love about living in Anaheim and 5 things that I could probably do without. So if you're curious to find out what they are, stay tuned. All right, number 1. One of the best things about living in Anaheim is how much there is to do here. Not only do we have some of the best food and drink, which I'll get into later, there's just a lot to do. You can go to a concert, you can go to a hockey game, you can go to a baseball game, you can go to Disney, California Adventure, Downtown Disney, you can go shopping. There's just a lot to do here in Anaheim. There's even the Anaheim Grove, which has a lot of concerts and it's a smaller venue, so it's super cool to go there. But there's just definitely an endless supply of things to do. So on the flip side, the cons of having so much to do here is that people flock to Anaheim. So that means there's gonna be traffic. And I guess that's pretty normal everywhere in Southern California, but of course it's gonna be a lot heavier during those times when there's concerts or games. Another thing is because a lot more people are coming into town, ride shares are gonna go up in price and it might take a little bit longer to get an Uber or a Lyft. So keep that in mind when there are concerts and whatnot that are in town, you might be paying a little bit more for those ride share apps. So number 2 is another one of my favorites, and that is the endless supply of food and beverage. So first let's start with drinks. Anaheim actually has, at the moment, 23 breweries within the city. So if you're a beer drinker, Anaheim is the place to be. With that being said, I'm not a beer drinker, but there are some breweries that I do like and I do enjoy the beer. A couple of those would be Golden Road, Modern Times Leisure Town is rad. And then as far as cocktails go, there are a ton of great places. A couple of my favorites would be the Tiki Bar, Strong Water, if you want a good, strong rum drink. And then if you want a more speakeasy vibe, there's the Blind Rabbit that has amazing cocktails, really, really good gastropub type food. There is also the Anaheim Packing House, which is so rad. There are a ton of eateries and bars located within the old Sunkist packing building. So they turn it into a giant food hall and it is so much fun. There's always something new to try there. So the great thing about Anaheim is the diversity in food. So the cons of this. These restaurants and bars have become very popular. So there are a lot of them that are just requiring you make a reservation. And reservations are booking up pretty quickly. So if you want to have a night out or whatever, especially on the weekend, you do have to make that reservation really far in advance. It just depends on what time of day, what time of year, but things can get pretty crowded, especially on the weekends. So me personally, I like going out during the week to some of these places just to avoid the crowds, but I'm still there on the weekend. Number 3, let's talk about the weather. On today's forecast, it's sunny. And tomorrow's forecast, it's sunny. That's pretty much every day. Actually, 280 days out of the year, on average, it's sunny here in Anaheim. So that's pretty cool. You're gonna have good weather pretty much year round. On the other hand, it does get hot in the summer. So one of the cons is the summertime. And as of lately, we've had quite a bit of humidity. But I mean, for the most part, weather's great. I mean, you really can't complain about it unless you just really want it to be rainy and snowy all the time, which if you do, then go to the mountains or go visit somewhere where it rains and snows a lot. Number 4. This is actually something that really sold me on Anaheim, and that is that Anaheim is so centrally located. It is close to everything. So for me, when there's no traffic, I can basically get somewhere where I want to be within 30 minutes. If I want to go to South Orange County, if I want to go to Corona, if I want to go to LA, Long Beach, Huntington Beach, everything is pretty much within a 30-minute drive time radius. Again, depending on time of day. And that's super important for me. I drive a lot for what I do for a living, and so it's really convenient. And if you're like me, you use Waze to get everywhere, even if it's still driving home and you know how to get home. I just want to see if I can beat Waze. Comment if you also try to beat Waze or Google Maps, whatever. Depending on what time you leave or you're trying to commute to LA or to Irvine, South Orange County, basically anywhere south of here. Traffic in the morning gets really heavy and traffic in the evening gets really heavy. So yes, there is traffic here. This is California and Southern California, but it's not as bad as in LA. Just a heads up, our 405 freeway is not as bad as LA's 405 freeway, so just saying. Please don't hate me, LA people. Last but not least, number 5, my favorite, Disneyland. So I would say living in Anaheim, it's like a dream come true. I used to look forward to every birthday going to Disneyland, and it was the highlight of my year. So the fact that I now live in the city where the happiest place on earth resides, I feel so lucky. So when you're close to Disneyland, that also means that you hear the fireworks, you can see the fireworks, and it's super close to home. It might even be cheaper, depending on where you live, of course, to take an Uber to Disneyland rather than pay for parking. The cons of Disney. I'm gonna take my ears off for this one. Well, I mean, what cons can you have? Okay, well, I'm just gonna reiterate the fireworks. So if you're a light sleeper, if you go to bed early, if you have a dog that's sensitive to sounds and doesn't like fireworks, that could be an issue. But to be honest, there's not really too many cons about living close to Disneyland, unless you just hate Disneyland. So if you do, then you're probably not watching this video, so this doesn't apply to you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you stopping by, but if you did like this video, hit that like button and comment below. It would mean the world to me if you could do that for me. And if you would like to learn more about what it's like living in Anaheim, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And lastly, if you are in the market looking to find your happiest home ever after, or just looking to sell your current home, send me a text here and I would be so honored to help you out. Well, I hope everyone has a magical day and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.